All right. I have some explaining to do. As you can see, I have not recorded a video since a month ago. Yeah. In other news, I made a bookshelf. Oh, wait, hold on. In other news, I made a bookshelf. Has all my manga in it that I've been collecting. But let's get to the point. The elephant in the room. We are here for weekly reviews. I know that sounds bad considering it's been 4 weeks, so it's not really weekly. It's more like monthly, but we're gonna try to do weekly, once a week. I think we can do that. We can handle that. I'm pretty sure we can handle that. Right? We can handle that. We should be able to handle that. Anyway, we're going to start with chapter 1112 from One Piece. Of course, we're going to cover Yamato and Kinemon, but let me get back to. I had so many notes, and then just like that. Let's just talk about Frankie bodying that. I think it was a vice admiral. Yeah, Frankie hit him with the strong right. I think is Frankie the strong right? Yeah, Frankie is the strong right. Bro clocked him, laid him down. He went to sleep. Yeah, he went to sleep for sure. Bonnie did her thing, whoop de whoop. Everyone did their thing, whatever. Now let's get to the elephant in the room, the Gorosei. For the past chapters, the Gorosei have shown that they are a threat to be reckoned with. I don't really know how else to phrase it. Venus Juro has eliminated all the pacifistas with the sword. It looks like he does a little bit of what's it called, EI jutsu, where you do the quick draw sword. The motion was size, my bad. But you do a quick draw sword action, you basically slice across, and you just sheath the sword again. He's been running across in that skeleton horse form, just bodying. And so it's one of those things where the Gorosei have shown that they're quite powerful, literally. And Jupiter is no different. The way that he was just like, all right, I'm gonna just go to the center. He's just blowing everything up, and they're borderline immortal. The Gorosei are a cheat code, and there has to be a way to stop them. I don't know how the Straw Hats are gonna get out of this. My immediate thought process was that Saturn had to lose at Egghead, but as the story is going on, I'm not sure. I think Vegapunk dies. But before we even get ahead of ourselves, let's just get the chapter. I'm gonna break down one by one. So of course Stussy stayed, best girl Stussy. She's gonna do what she has to do. And it wasn't until I realized, rereading the chapter, is that York is talking about basically adding another sin, as if there's another Vegapunk. And so that was something that stood out to me. And I think that's what the transponder snail, well, I guess the transmission or the message is really coming through, which is the ginormous head of Vegapunk. That's my theory. That's a theory I got. I'm not sure yet. I haven't read the next chapter or the spoilers. My plan, well, I did get spoiled on one factor from the next chapter, but I'm gonna wait till next week to discuss it. So that way we're not missing out on anything. But the worm, the fact that the suction was able to suck the giant's paws and Luffy, and so Luffy threw a building into his mouth, is crazy. Is crazy. And I already know that people are trying to power scale Luffy because once he powered down and bro had some food and he did Red Rock and it did absolutely nothing. Let's keep in mind a few things. He's already tired. And by like tired, I mean like post Gear 5 tired. We got to stop putting him in a place where you guys think that that same punch, for some reason y'all are starting to scale these Gorosei with Kaido, and I'm not here for it. I'm not standing for it. I'm not standing for it at all. We can't let that go. I can't. But regardless, usually when Luffy has that ow moment, it's because the hockey is not strong enough. We've seen it with Cracker, we've seen it with Doflamingo, we've seen it with Kaido, we've seen it with many others who have been stronger than Luffy at one point in time in the story. And so, one thing that we need to get in our head is that there's obviously something bigger going on. Oda's biggest feat in terms of storytelling is his foreshadowing. And I guess also his cliffhangers. That's also another thing he's good at is his cliffhangers. But to put it blatantly, the last 2 pages, it looked like Saturn was climbing. Oh no, it was wait, who was it? Hold on, checking. No, it was Venus Juro had got up there with Bonnie, Frankie, and Usopp. And Sanji, I believe, too. Sanji better stand on business. That's all I know. He better stand on business. I'm a Zoro fan, but he better stand on business. But in the last page, he found the snail, but there's two, I guess you can call them noises at the end, where it's like glub blub. It sounds like synonymous for bubbles, it's like something's in a bubble container. So my theory is that I think it's just a ginormous Vegapunk head. That's my theory. It's kind of like a little. I was about to say Frankenstein, but it's not the same thing. Who's somebody who has their brain inside of water? Why do I think of Mojo Jojo for some reason? Anyway, that's not the point. The problem is the Gorosei. How are we going to get off this island? And personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I thought Saturn should lose here because when I think about the final battle and who needs to be where, there's too many Gorosei for what I believe we have fighters to contend with at the current moment. And what do I mean by that? I mean like prominent figures. Even if Blackbeard were to hop in there, I don't foresee that being a thing. It doesn't make sense. Oh, excuse me. It doesn't make sense for Blackbeard to hop into the Gorosei fight unless he fights Saturn, which makes sense because Katarina can already copy that. But anyway, the problem is that the Gorosei, Saturn probably needs to go here. And if he doesn't, then that brings up not necessarily a problem, but more of a less a curiosity that I have. Where do we go from here? Of course, we go to Elbath, but how are we going to get there? The situation alone looks dire, and I'm hoping that the message that Vegapunk has, I hope it spills the tea for the things that are important. Now, if you already know, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. If you spoil it in the comments, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a huge problem. But long story short, this chapter was very good. It was, I won't say it's no, it was peak. It was peak. The Gorosei showcasing what they got going on. It's definitely up there, and I enjoy the story that they're trying to portray. My concern is the next chapter. Is Vegapunk going to die? That's my first concern. My second concern is Saturn going to die here? Although it seems that it's not going to happen. They have no way of injuring them, and I was hoping they would. The robot still hasn't moved this chapter, even though it seems like he's up and walking around. The point is, Oda, we need help. We need support. We need members. The Giants are clearly they're trying to get out. They're trying to get out and go. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. They're trying to leave. So we need someone to step in and give us a little push or a little distraction so the Straw Hats can get off the island. Because right now, I do not see how they escape with all 5 Gorosei being on there. It's preposterous. But I could always be wrong. And for that reason, this One Piece chapter has been great. That's all I got to say about it. If you have more to say, leave a comment down below. If you like what I got going on, go ahead and leave that like. If you really want to see more, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch too when I start streaming. I get my schedule back together because I've been gone for a little minute. Yeah, I know, I get it. You don't have to be loyal to me. You can cheat if you want to. TVG. Signing off.